And we're back. What is going on? This is the Hello Black Man. This is the couples talk, late night couples talk. This is what we get tonight. What is going on with y'all? Facebook. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you, Instagram, for joining us. Twitter, wherever you at in the community, in the social media community. We really appreciate you tuning in. What we need tonight, we need your feedback. We need to hear from you. We want to hear what you have to say on tonight's topic. We need your feedback. Let's talk communication tonight, right? Communication conundrums. What does conundrum? What does conundrum mean to you when you hear the word conundrum?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna look it up. Conundrum. Conundrum. What does conundrum mean? Conundrum means a conundrum is a puzzle.
Look at it. That's crazy. AI is freaking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. That's my AI.
Yeah.
You thought he would listen to me? He probably can. A conundrum is a puzzle or problem that is difficult to solve or understand because it is complex or contradictory. What's up with it, Herman? It can also refer to a situation in which a person is faced with two or more conflicting or mutually exclusive options, making it hard to choose a course of action. In essence, a conundrum is a challenging predicament that requires careful consideration and creative thinking to resolve. So a conundrum is a big deal. It sounds like a big deal to me. So when you talk about communication, that's the topic of the night, communication conundrum. So it's complex. You got a lot of different angles you can have. You got a lot of different complete opposites of the way people think, the way people expect answers and things of that nature. So if you're tuning in right now, give us a share. We're going to start with the question for the night. And tonight's topic is communication conundrum. So the first question we're going to shoot for is, boom, what are some common communication pitfalls that couples often fall into? What you got? What are some common communication pitfalls?
Except Janaya.
So we'll ever like downstairs I can eat?
Sure. This is very great because we had a very interesting conversation last week about Sundays and about what they are to me, especially when I'm working several days a week. And today was no different from last Sunday.
Okay, tell me about today.
Today, I got up this morning. You were seemingly up when I got up. I came home on lunch to bring the meeting to you, went back to work, came home, you came downstairs for a few minutes, you came back upstairs, and you were upstairs until you came downstairs to tell me about the show. After the fact that I was writing out a calendar, discussing budget, discussing things that we need to talk about for the week, and you still left from downstairs despite all of that. After last week, you said that you were going to try to do better on Sundays.
So we didn't spend more time this Sunday than last Sunday. Just a yes or no question. Yes or no?
You came downstairs more this Sunday than you did last Sunday. What did I ask to be completed last Sunday? We can go back and revisit the topic.
Okay. What did you ask?
That we go over budgets and discuss things. Talk about, let's get into this past week.
Okay.
And me going to work every day and me coming home and being tired and going to bed at what time?
7, 8 o'clock. Something like that.
Right. So you have noticed and noted that I have been tired and going to bed at a certain time. And yet today, instead of us getting everything in before 7-8 o'clock, you decide that it's not a good time. You want to stay up. You want to be here at 9 o'clock. You know, I got a big day tomorrow.
So we haven't not discussed changing the time of the show. It doesn't matter.
Times change all the time. We've not always done this show at 9 o'clock. We've done this show at different times all the time. So like
never early on Sunday. But hey, no problem.
What were we doing today? They would have prohibited us from doing it earlier.
We could have done everything earlier. We could have had the show at 2
What
o'clock.
were we doing? That's not what I asked. What were we doing today that prohibited us from doing it earlier?
I said nothing. We weren't doing anything that could have prohibited from doing the show. Okay. So who is it my job to set the show up?
There was no feet rubbing. There was no. Say what now? What was your question?
I didn't massage your shoulders. I didn't caress you. I did.
When I came home today,
I didn't stand behind you or none of that today.
When I came home today after work.
Today after work. Just say yes or no.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
We talked. I
didn't stand behind you. We talked for
that was it.
2
that
seconds.
Was you straddled. You did not. I straddled you, but when I came home for lunch, you did get behind me. Okay, so like, here's the thing.
Okay,
you're not going. No.
Okay.
What did I ask for today?
You asked me to don't do nothing but be with you.
No,
you didn't. Okay.
I asked you to put together a plan and be very intentional on Sundays because it's the only day that we physically and mentally have together. Is that not what I asked for?
Yeah. And
because I don't want because people be looking and they be like, well, did you say this? Did you say that? Literally on the show last week, I specifically asked for these things. And you said, hey, blah, blah.
I said I would do better.
Yeah.
And I didn't do better.
You did. You gave me 45 more minutes of time. We did not get a budget together. We did not go grocery shopping. We did not do the things that I asked.
So tell me about
grocery shopping. You actually did better.
Tell me about grocery shopping.
What do you want to know about it?
So you brought it up. So it's a point.
We were standing there. I was writing out the calendar for the month. You were down there with me at this time, and I was like, "You was like, but if I do this, is this the problem?" I was like, "Well, we should probably go to Costco and get everything together." Before I knew it, you were gone.
What prohibited us from going to Costco?
Tell me, please.
Absolutely nothing.
So why are we here now?
Because we didn't make an effort to go.
Okay. Anyways,
you got in
the car. That's what communication breakdowns. That's what we're talking about currently. What are the pitfalls of couples? What they often fall into? Communication. Like I literally discussed last week. You know, the things that I wanted on Sundays because Sundays is our only day that we really have together because I'm working consistently. He's working all the time. He's off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm working Sunday through Sunday. And, you know, Mondays and Tuesdays, he's here. So I'm like, okay, Sundays, I got time. Let's do this. And I understand that there's probably a miscommunication somewhere in there. So pitfalls are just finding that sweet spot and trying to understand, how do we make these things work? And how do we successfully communicate them to each other? Because I feel like I'm communicating. I feel like I'm saying, okay, hey, Sunday, let's do this Sunday. We got to do this on Sundays because I don't have the time and energy because I'm driving here to there. I'm doing this and that. I don't have energy outside of Sunday. So it's just I don't know what to do outside of what I'm trying to express and tell you. And you're saying, well, what do you say? I say, hey, okay, here we are. Look, here's the budget. Let's make a budget for the week. And you disappear. And then you're saying, I don't understand what you're saying. What happened that made us not do this? I don't know. Because I'm down here. I got the calendar out. I'm writing things down. I'm trying to create this budget.
And no communication said, hey, let's knock this out. No following up or nothing. You can't do that. That's impossible, right?
I don't know how because I'm trying and you're not.
You told me last Sunday. And
I also came home today and tried to do those things with you and it didn't happen. So like, I'm not understanding. So what do I need to do? I need to be like, hey, come on, we gotta do this. Let's go and do this right now. Like, what do I need to do to make sure these things happen?
What am I doing to prohibit?
What are you doing to inhibit?
What are you doing to inhibit? You just saying it. You saying it a week ago.
I'm down there today while you're down there going over stuff with me. Okay. Exactly.
And I'm going over it with you.
No, you're going over other stuff with me. Things that I absolutely, appreciate, but it didn't require.
Nothing required.
Okay. So anyway, so like these are the things I'm like, hey, these are the things that we need to get done to make sure that we are making sure that we go through this and work through this week. And you're just like, you're there and you're not there, and then you leave and I never see you again until now.
Because I'm going somewhere outside of the house. I can't be followed up. It can't happen because I'm an adult, and you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to say, hey, let's knock this out. Don't forget what we said. I can't be reminded, and I can't be followed.
How many times should I remind you?
How many? We remind each other.
How many times in the same instance should I remind you? Because we were down there discussing.
Did you remind me one time? Yes or no? Did you remind?
We were down there discussing.
No, yes, we were. Did you remind me one time that we needed to finish it today, or that, hey, let's knock this out?
So last week don't count. During the week don't count. Today is the only time that counts.
Nothing. We didn't say anything about Sunday during the week. I don't recall any conversation about, hey, when Sunday comes, let's do these things.
All right, man. I don't want to argue about it.
I didn't think
we're having this discussion again today. We'll see how next Sunday goes. Because my deal is what we're trying to accomplish is on Sundays, that is our day for budget. Sunday is our day for getting everything in order, making sure that we understand what each other's goals are for the week. Because that is the day that we have for each other.
We have been disciplined on doing this on Sunday.
We haven't been disciplined on doing anything. Let's be clear about that, because that's something that we just got done discussing. There's no consistency or discipline in anything that we have done or tried to do. Right. And I don't know, like, that's not anywhere to blame anybody. But like, if I don't feel like you're committed or dedicated to something,
so you won't be dedicated to it.
I'm not, because why should I dedicate myself to something that you're not dedicated to? Because I'm not going to fight with you about something. If you can be disciplined about doing the things that you want to do, I'm not going to.
What have I fought you about?
You fighting me about things. You're telling me that I need to remind you 50 times a day to do a budget to make sure that we are progressing. Like,
but it's something we haven't done, and now the discipline totally falls on me if I'm not disciplined enough to do it. It's something we have not done over the course of the relationship.
Something you have.
I haven't done. Right. Only you have done.
Yes, I absolutely. If you want to see months and months and months and months and months and months of my accounting and budgeting, and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of my accounting budgeting, right, let's go look at it. It's not something I haven't. And I have been consistent about saying to you, hey, do you have this in order? Do you have that in order? Right. Do you have this in order?
And I have consistently said, no, I don't want to do this.
You have consistently not done it. You don't have to say, I don't want to do it, to not, if it's something you don't want to do, it's cool. But we just need to be clear about it.
Obviously, it's not.
If you don't say that it's not cool, then I can't say that's not cool. If it's something you telling me, hey, I want to do this, I want to do this, and you're not doing it, then no, it's not cool. Like, what is my motivation?
To help change the behavior. Like, that's the goal, right?
I don't know.
You train, like you train anything else, it's going to take time. If you're really trying to train it, and you have to be disciplined yourself.
He's not going to eat. Let's talk about these comments. So save yourself the pain, create the budget, go shopping, tell him what the budget is, and he eat whatever you go shopping for. He doesn't eat whatever I go shopping for because he doesn't eat.
I absolutely do.
You don't, because you don't eat the things that I like to eat. You have to have certain things that you want to eat.
You know what I don't eat though. It's not like it's a big secret.
It's easier for us to just do it together, so we have the things that you want to eat.
Because you don't know what those things are.
It's on me. Got it.
No, I'm just saying.
Shake, go ahead. Cool. That's good for you. Does Jamie even like to do those things? Apparently not. Maybe you all can figure out what your role can be and what his role should be. But that's a good idea. That's a good idea. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with picking and choosing roles. But what I'm not okay with is saying that I'm going to do this. This is something that I am okay with doing, and then not doing it. I have a big issue, and it is trauma for me for people to say that they're going to do something and they choose not to do it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It does not settle well in my soul, in my spirit, in me as a person. And that's something that we need to come to grips with. Like, if it's something you don't want to do, I'm okay with you not wanting to do it. I just need to understand that, hey, Kalisha, this is what you need to do. You need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, R, V, X, whatever. You need to do all these things. Like, don't expect these things from me, because this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with it as long as that is an understanding between us. But if you tell me, hey, I want to be included in this, I want to do this, then I expect that from you. And I've told you that from day one. If you don't have any intentions, and not just with me, I've told you this about your entire business. If you don't have any intentions, or if you're not going to do it, don't say you're going to do it. If you can't complete a task in 5 hours, don't tell me you're going to do it in 5 hours. Like, don't even give me that expectation, because now I have it in me. And if you don't complete it, I no longer trust you. And I don't want to lack trust in you because you said something that you can't be consistent with. It's simple. Like, Kanoa, that's saying he gonna stay single. It's not even that serious. Like, you could be in a relationship as long as you can trust and value somebody's word, their opinions, what they say they're gonna do. Like, it's not that hard. It's not like life is easy. We make it hard when we choose and do and say things that we cannot follow up with. Am I perfect at that? No. But what I am consistent at is communicating. Like, if I can't do it, if it's something I can't do, I'm gonna be like.
So when there was a breakdown in budgeting today, you chose not to communicate, to say, hey, I'm feeling some type of way about us not completing this task. You held it in, or you told me, you said something else about it. You shouldn't have to.
I'm listening.
You feel like if you saw a task start and not finish, versus you communicating and says, hey, let's knock this out. This is where we are with it. We 10%, 15% into this thing. Let's knock it out. Versus you saying that, you chose to take those feelings, take that aggression and bottle it up.
So I guess
yes or no. That's what you did.
I didn't bottle it up. I didn't bottle it up at all.
You didn't say anything to me about it.
I'm just not getting a chance to really talk to you.
So this is the unbottled.
Yeah, this is
okay. So they were
because like I hadn't really seen you.
Right.
But then we came there early and it was like blah blah blah. I don't even know what you said. And I'm like, hey, we got to be consistent. So, anyways, if I guess couples therapy, this is what we have coined this as, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. If I'm coming to you on a public platform and I am discussing with you my needs and desires, this is documented, which means that we can go back and look at what we have discussed in the past.
Yeah, we always walk the shows.
Exactly. Yeah. So therefore, I am expecting that it's not something that I have to repeat.
You don't have to repeat it. Right?
I'm expecting.
So the goal is for you to tell me something one time and never have to repeat it. Because we have documentation. Yes or no?
Not necessarily just because of documentation, because of necessity.
Because we're normally disciplined. We have a very disciplined, structured household.
No,
and you feel
we're dream sellers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like you should be able to tell me something one time last Sunday, something that we have not been consistent over the past. I haven't been consistent over the past lifetime that you've known me. And you feel like you told me last Sunday, and that this Sunday you would never have to tell me again in our life.
So this is the aura or the persona that you want to present, right? Last Sunday,
I'm not trying to present anything.
you said
I'm asking you what your expectations are.
You know, I had a very vulnerable moment. I cried. I was like, "Hey, these are the things that I need and I want from you." And you was like, "Okay, you know." And granted, like you said, you did do better. I did see you more today than I saw you last week. I did. Granted. But the things that we were working on specifically to grow us as a couple, mentally, physically, emotional, financially being the most important, because this is our Dave Ramsey year, right? This is our year of growth. This is our year that we want to grow financially and be better, way more financially than we were last year, because we have 2 kids in college. We have 2 kids that are about to be seniors. Like, we need to be in a financially stable place to make sure that they are where they need to be, and not necessarily that we have to 100% support them, but they understand that, hey, if you need a little support, we got you.
Right.
So, like, if we're going to be there, how do we push this? How do we make sure that we're doing the things that we need to do to make sure that they're doing the things that they need to do?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like,
I'm not against it. I'm just telling you that it's something I hadn't displayed. I have never displayed it based on your conversation, based on your words. I've never.
Do not put that on me.
Okay, we'll go back and watch it.
But do not put that on me. You put it, if you have displayed it, say I have displayed it, but maybe not.
I have not.
Liking.
I have not. I have not.
Okay.
Right.
I don't want you to be like, I've been 100% doing this.
I'm
100%
just. I don't know how I say it.
Okay.
I'm saying I have not been disciplined.
Got you.
Have not at all. Wasted, splurged, made a million financial mistakes.
Have not we all?
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about me.
I don't want you to feel alone in the situation.
But
at some point you got to grow from the things that you have done.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Like, I was in a failed marriage. I was financially drowning. I had problems. I had debt. Like, but at some point I had to say, hey, Kalisha, this is not the route that I want to go in. Like, okay, if I have to survive off this, that, the other, then okay, that's what I'm going to do. And in order to do that, I had to learn how to budget. And so that's all I'm asking you for, is to sit down and not just budget, me budgeting my money, because people out in the world, we do have a collective bank account, but for the most part, our bank accounts are separate. So I want us to be on the same page. It's okay, so this is where we are. How much can I put toward this? And we don't have those conversations. And those are the conversations that I feel like we need to have in order to push forward, not just in a relationship, but financially.
I got a great idea.
I don't want to collectively have any access to your accounts if that is something.
I have a great idea. I work on it. I have a great idea.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
That didn't take but 25 minutes. That's the first question. The second question is, I can move this good enough. How can you ensure your partner feels heard and understood in a conversation? How can you make sure? For me, it's all about delivery, right? It's all about delivery.
For you as the receptor or the talker?
As the receptor.
Okay.
Right. As the receptor, there is literally nothing if presented that I wouldn't run through a brick wall for you. Absolutely. And you know that. As far as fixing a fence, moving this, doing whatever I need to do, if presented or if coerced or coached, because that's how I respond well. I think that you understand that, but that is not what you want to do. That's not what you want to do. You want me to do this without you having to say anything. That's what you want. You don't want to coach me along because you feel like that makes me, I don't know. That makes me just, I don't want to say less than, but it makes it seem as if I have no effort or drive without you doing the coaching, right? But the goal is to get the results. Like, that's the goal. As a leader, if you have to go and coach this person every single day, that's why they have head coaches. If the head coach could instill so much into his team and walk away, you would need the head coach. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And so just based on your delivery, it's often from a place of frustration because I haven't done these things already. And because I'm not disciplined in those things, I am by nature, by who I am, I'm undisciplined. And so to have a conversation last week, and I have not created the discipline in myself to be able to do whatever the small or large list that we came up with last week today to be ready for the day, to be ready for this meeting. And I fought myself. I fought myself on that. That's something I should have done my homework on, been ready for it, said, hey, okay, this is what we talked about last Sunday. Let's knock this out.
There was some very valid points that you made. You were just like, oh, head coach. As a head coach, I cannot play the game for my players.
Right.
You're good about narratives and stuff. Mm-hmm. So as a head coach, I can't coach you through every play that you're playing.
I agree.
So therefore, if I'm giving you the tools and I'm telling you, hey, this is your position, you're the captain of the team. Your position is to make plays. Mm-hmm. You either be a game changer or a game manager. I got that from Cam Newton. Are you a changer or a manager?
What it is.
Okay. So it's like I need you to be a game changer.
Yeah.
Right. You can't be a manager. You have to make sure that you are doing what needs to happen to make sure that this game momentum continues.
This is the thing. I totally agree with you. Okay. But when I throw an interception, what are you going to do?
I'm going to call you everything.
You're going to call me. But there's going to be communication.
Get you out of the game, put the third string quarterback in, because what are you doing?
You finna dump me?
I didn't say that.
Okay, that's what it sounded like.
No, they're string.
Okay.
You just going to sit on the bench for it.
Okay. What going on here? So, but the thing about it is, you're going to communicate. You even though we talked about it all week in practice.
So mistakes happen. And people are not. You got to throw a couple of interceptions. Let's be clear about it.
Okay.
You know, you can't. Your first interception.
I'm interception prone. I'm throwing the double coverage. You know. I'm there throwing it that way. Hey, we had a quarterback in high school. Corey Chase, they call him Snake Chase. Corey Chase say, somebody gonna catch it. He didn't throw it down. He didn't throw it down the field. He said, somebody gonna catch it.
Next question.
Oh my God. I got you.
What? Bible questions too. No, we gotta talk about the Bible.
We ain't done with it. We don't get the Bible out here. Okay. What is active listening, and how can you practice it in your relationship? What is active listening?
So it is very hard sometimes for me to active listen because I do often listen to respond.
Mm-hmm. You want to be good.
Listen to understand where you're coming from. So active listening is listening to understand where your partner, where your person. It doesn't even have to be in a relationship, where your boss, anybody. To understand where they're coming from. It does not have to necessarily be about responding to what they're saying. Mm-hmm. And I think in relationships, you hear little keywords like, well, you
wait on it.
Boom. That ain't what happened.
Wait on that keyword.
So it's like I do my best to try to feel, to be empathetic, to understand where you're coming from, to put myself in your position, in your place, so that I can respond in a way that is respectful to you. I don't always come across as respectful because I have a slick tongue. I get it from my mom and my daddy. If you know them, you know that they is talking smack to each other all day. And like, they don't even be caring. They just be like, blah, 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 blah. And I just be like, and I just came from. Your feelings do.
It do.
They do. My mom and daddy and
your mom and daddy don't. Neither one of them stop what they doing. They be talking out like.
Be like, pet you literate. And my mom be like, your mama.
Going on. They never. I've never heard anyone raise their voice. They be talking so clear. I'm like, no.
That's the background that I came from.
Okay.
So, like, I try to, be a little more progressive because I know that you can't tolerate that type of sweet talking.
Okay.
So, I definitely, and I told you today that, what did I tell you? I was like, I do absolutely give you a lot of grace and I don't say things. And you was like, you think you do that?
So you think so? You think that's what you're giving me?
Yes.
Active listening is a powerful communication technique that involves fully concentrating on and understanding the message being conveyed by the speaker. Active listening is all about the speaker. It's not about your reply.
Yeah.
So maybe like active listening, something we could do is if you're speaking, I need to be descriptive, right? I should be taking notes on what you're saying. If I'm taking notes on what you're saying, I'm probably not coming up with my reply, right?
Well, this is something that I think we do as it pertains to like, hey, here's the mic or here's something.
We've done that
when
before.
You hold this, I am not to speak.
Right. We've done that.
So like mentally, I'm taking notes of the things that you're saying. And sometimes I'm very forgetful, so I can't remember everything, but at the same time,
you remember a lot more than me.
I remember long term.
Yeah.
Short term is kind of it gets away from
me.
But yeah, active listening is all about making sure that you're really taking into account what the other person is saying. So fixing the problem. The question is, how do we fix the problem? It's not necessarily a problem. It's more of a nuance than anything. We just.
It's a growing pain.
Woo.
It's a growing pain.
That is what it is.
It is because, like I said, this is the thing about it, right? She knows where I am now with discipline or lack thereof, right? Probably more so lack thereof than discipline. And she understands where I've been with lack of discipline. So I have progressed in my mind ages. Right, I have progressed ages in my discipline, right, but not up to par, not up to her standards.
My standards.
Yeah.
Are you looking to my standards?
I am.
Because my standards you think they outweigh the world standards?
Yes. Absolutely.
So you think just basic communication, because that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for anything beyond basic communication.
The thing about it is, it's basic communication to you.
So we're not going to get into it tonight, but let's just discuss in a later format the level of communication that you have to have on a job, or the level of communication that you have to have within your friend circles. It's like that's something that we need to really take into account, and how you differ here with me versus in those elements of your life.
Probably poorly here. Okay. Maybe poorly. Maybe poorly.
We're gonna do some Bible questions right quick because he's a PK and I'm a JW.
You're a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Tell him what you is.
I just said I was a JW.
No, tell him.
Okay, so
Jehovah, not Jehovah.
I feel disrespected
because I'm saying Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, because I feel like you're saying it like in a negative connotation or something. I don't know how you're trying to say it.
I'm saying it negatively.
It feel like it.
Yes, because I'm trying to please you, not to wear
neither of us.
Facts.
He's not trying to please anybody. If we being real, he don't really care about neither of us, the world or me. He not trying to hide me from the world. He's trying to hide the world from me. He light skinned, but he a dark. You know what Drake say. So, anyways, Bible challenge, y'all. We decided to do this tonight because, like I said, he a PK. And I am a JW, so we're going to test the knowledge. A Jehovah's Witness. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. Not
what your mom is? A ranger? What it is?
Don't disrespect.
No, for real.
Don't disrespect my mama.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
Okay, hush and listen to these questions.
Her mom is a ranger.
Who did Joseph force his brothers to bring to Egypt? You don't know. We're gonna go to the next question. Which of the 12 apostles did Herod first kill by the sword?
This is for advanced Christians.
I don't think they got no on it.
Kanoa, his baby brother, Nicky Day.
What was his name? Benjamin. Was it Benjamin?
I've never heard of Benjamin.
Benjamin. I don't remember.
Benjamin in the Bible.
If it's Benjamin, we'll know in a second. What did Jesus say the disciples should do at someone's home if they were not welcome?
Flip the table over. Turn something upside down. Or something.
Say what somebody do at their home if they're not welcome.
Turn the mat upside down.
Okay. Put lamb's blood.
Dust their feet.
Okay.
Yeah, put some dust on.
Lamb's blood was when they were gonna kill the first blood.
Yeah.
I don't know. How many sons did Noah have?
Who built the ark?
2?
No, who built the ark?
Noah
built the ark.
We'll see in a minute.
Noah.
What name does the Holy Spirit have, which was also used of Jesus? Y'all don't know none of these answers. Did Noah have 3 sons together? Okay, we're finna turn the card over. We're finna find out right now. Okay, first question. Who did Joseph force his brothers to bring to Egypt? Benjamin! Yay! I knew that. Which of the 12 apostles did Herod first kill by the sword? James, brother of John. What did Jesus say the disciples should do if somebody wasn't welcome? Shake the dust off their feet. Look at Nikki. Church Nikki, going tell.
Hello, Christian.
Where was Moses standing when he saw the promised land? I didn't even read that question.
The mountain on Mount Nebo.
Pisgah. Pisgah is the name of the school.
Little town.
Yep, and they're the dragons.
It might be where it happened.
How many sons did Noah have? What their names is? He did have 3. What are their names? What name does the Holy Spirit have, which was also used in Jesus? The Counselor. That was the name.
We did great. We did great.
We gotta go to church.
We did great. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Woo!
Because he knows our heart.
That part.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nigga ain't playing.
Japheth was the last, Nikki.
When the first sermon, Nikki. When the first sermon, though.
She did. She be doing prayer on the prayer line. You gotta join.
I gotta join in and speak.
Because I will stay logged in if she doing the prayer.
Okay.
All right. So
hey, nigga ain't playing. Nigga deep in that Bible thing.
So anyway, we're gonna get out the Bible. We're gonna come back to y'all next Sunday with another 5 questions. Y'all be ready.
Yeah, Nikki,
we got to pray. We got to get in the Bible.
We need Nikki on here every week.
We need to get her in for this segment.
Right. Put her on live like Jeopardy.
What's the next question before we get out of here?
Next question says, how can you express your needs and feelings in a way that your partner can hear and understand? How?
Please tell me, how can I express my needs so that you can hear and understand? Please tell me what makes you hear and understand my needs.
When it's from a unagitated place. And if you already have attitude about it, if you already have 20 points of negativity to give me while telling me a task or something what needs to get done, like it kind of throws me. It kind of throws me because now I'm more focused on your present attitude than the goal that you're setting up for me. I'm more focused on like how upset you are, or how negative the conversation is versus long term, which is the goal. It almost is a byproduct because I'm not thinking about that right then, and that's a problem that I have because you tell me often, don't worry about how I'm looking. Don't worry about if I have an attitude. You just do what you're supposed to do. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about that. But that's all I'm worried about. Like I've told you that. Like it throws me for a loop. And I'm often have forgotten all about what the main thing is that I should be working on.
For example.
I'm bad with examples.
Because they don't exist.
Because when you say stuff like because they don't exist, like is that some type of positive reinforcement? Like is there something that should be helping me come up with an example? Because we know they exist.
I don't know they exist if I don't have an example to rectify.
Okay.
If you don't tell me what I am doing specifically wrong to make it better, then I can't relate. Like I can't, if you tell me, hey, I didn't like the way you spoke to me, but you can't tell me how I spoke to you,
because I try to
what tone it was in which you spoke to me, then how
because I'm consistently trying to drown it out. The budget, right? We talked about the budget last week. Today we went over it small percentage wise, right? 2%, right? I walked away versus you reinforcing where I have historically fallen short at, right? I have historically fallen short here, right? I am a habitual line stepper versus you correcting or modifying the behavior at that time. You waited until hours later to say, hey, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. Like, it's obvious at that point. At that point, it's obvious we didn't do it. But at the moment, you felt like it's something you shouldn't have to do. I'm falling there. I'm failing there.
How can you express your needs and feelings in a way that your partner can hear and understand? What have you expressed any feelings and needs? What do you feel like I miss your feelings and needs?
One of the needs is positive reinforcement in a timely manner, not negative reinforcements post haste.
And what's the percentage you think there is of positive versus negative reinforcement? Do you think I'm 60% positive, 40% negative, 80% negative, 20% positive? Like how do I compare on your scale of me positively reinforcing you versus me being negative? Because even today, I don't feel like I was negative. I just feel like I was reinforcing the situation. You came down. I'm like, hey, we have not done this. I'm not going to come up here while you're doing and being in your peaceful zone and interrupt your peace to tell you how I feel.
What was the goal?
That was negatively impacted.
What was the goal?
You tell me. Because if I know the goal and we have discussed the goal.
You assume I know.
We discussed it.
Last Sunday. And you shouldn't have to tell me again that we've already.
Does Amazon have to tell you every day what the goal is, or do you know when you walk in?
Every day.
So you don't know what the goal
is. They tell us
every
day.
Okay.
It changes throughout the day.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. So I gotta tell you every day what the goal is. Constantly. Because I told you what the goal was today when you were down there and you still walked away from it, but somehow I'm still responsible for you not knowing the goal when I told you what the goal was for today.
So this is the thing, right?
So
obviously I'm human. Right? But we do things habitually to you put gas in your car every time it needs it. Every time it needs it. You don't say, my car, no, it needs gas. No, you have to physically go do something to ensure that the car has gas. And you don't feel no type of way about that.
I don't feel no type of way about the fact that you choose not to want to do the budget.
It's not about what I choose. You said that you are positive reinforcement.
Exactly. Because if I walk up here and he's in the midst of a game and I say, babe, what about the budget? I'm playing the game like we down and I'm trying to get this like he doesn't understand.
You are assuming.
No, this is not an assumption. This is
because it happened today.
Today. Why get a negative impact from not coming up here to bother you?
When? Just give me an example.
Do you want me to bring the child up here about coming up here and talk to you about anything? Do you want me to bring all the kids in about how none of us want to come up these stairs and say anything to you?
Give me an example.
All the time. Nobody wants to come up here.
We're not talking about all the time. That is
all right. Apparently,
that
you're
don't
saying
mean
he
nothing
needs you to
all the
remind
time.
him.
That's
I
a blanket.
remind him all the time. I remind him constantly. I know it's frustrating, but again, you know who you're dating. That part. And exactly. So I try to respect his space, and respecting his space somehow turns into me not reminding him to do something that we've already discussed.
Right. You should
do
not
I
have
need
to
to
remind
write
me.
it? So you want to write it up here?
You should not have to remind me ever again in life.
Do I want to? Do you need me to write it up here on a board? Like, tell me what is the best way to communicate to you?
There is
on
no
Sundays,
way.
We should be
there is
dealing
no
with
way.
our budget, making sure that we are financially being smart about our week.
There is no way. You told me 2 Sundays in a row, so you should never have.
No, I've not told you 2 Sundays in a row. I've told you a complete year.
Okay.
I can go
you told
back.
me
I have receipts and tell you all the times I say, "Hey, babe, Sundays. This is what we need
What's
to
the
do."
point of that?
What's the point of what?
You got receipts.
I've been talking to you about this consistently for years, and you choose to do what you want to do, and then somehow I'm responsible because I have not reminded you.
You're responsible.
That's what you're saying. It's my fault because I didn't remind you.
It's my fault.
Okay.
You should not have to remind me ever again in life.
All right. Coming back to you next Sunday. We'll see how things go between now and then. So, what else do you have for the people? Did you have any other questions?
I got a couple more. We
got 3 minutes. Let's do one more.
Last question of the night.
Question.
How can you create a safe space for vulnerable conversations and deepen your emotional connection with your partner? How can you create that safe space?
I feel safe. I'll tell you everything. If I have a crack itch, if I got a bump under my arm, if there's something in my nose, I'll tell you about my past partners. I tell you everything. I feel safe. You, however, I tell you my fantasies, my desires. You, however, don't give me that same grace. So what am I lacking?
I've given you nothing.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay.
But you don't talk to me about your sexual desires, your fantasies, your past. Like, you know everything about me from pillar to post. Is my BFF EF was
I continue to learn new things also.
I don't know what you continue to learn, but if you say so. So I don't think I am creating a safe space for you. So what else do I need to do to assure that you are safe within our union? And you can tell me things. First of all, Jamaica Griffin, he sold us a bum car. Get out of here. Before I tell people about your little business and how you sold us a big car. But I'm listening. While you're thinking, Nikki says you have to be intentional, like with everything else outside of the relationship, even if it means setting a reminder in your phone to do it. Jamie, don't say that if you know you need to be reminded. Figure out a way that is not nagging but reminding. If I say anything to him, it is nagging.
Says who?
Says your attitude, says your emotions, says your output, like.
You're projecting, and
I'm not projecting. I am absolutely. I'm telling you. Do you want me to get examples in here? I'm not the only one who feels this way. That has to be done during the time of peace. Facial expressions, all those things, like all of those.
And you have great facial expressions.
No, okay. I have the worst facial expressions.
Okay,
I'm the worst.
I want to make sure we're clear on
everybody in the house is always looking at me to see what I feel.
And people outside the house.
And people outside the house, they are looking at me. A good friend Rick says, lead with kindness and patience so you can ask, tell me more, but also be able to say, I was wrong. In a moment to can spend time talking about the situation, not as much as the offense was brought up.
I like it.
I do too.
I like it.
I agree with it.
Because when we've missed a certain time to do a certain thing, I can know. I hate canoeing. I do. I swear to God, I hate canoeing. I do.
I warned you canoeing.
What I'm saying is, when we have missed certain things, right? We've missed it. We've missed that time, right? The next 20, 30, 2 hours is about what we missed. The next 20, 30, 2 hours, 4 hours, the next 8 hours is about we missed this time between 3 and 6 p.m. Right? And I think we're better than that.
We are. I agree. And they're all couples. I think that we y'all listen, we went out the other night to see LaVille.
LaVille Crawford.
We stopped. Our first stop was a camp event, and there was a lady there. Somebody Donna said that she was singing, and so she was singing this really cool song, and so I started dancing, right? And I took Jamie's hand and I spin myself, and Jamie was standing there like this. It's like nobody's watching. You just have such an uneasy energy sometimes.
I do.
You do. It's just like I don't know.
I'm probably not the people person people think I am. I'm probably not.
Yeah. This is what I said.
Get to know about this show.
You know, it's never gonna change. As long as it's in a good way, we quick.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Been a great show.
One more question. Did you
Oh,
answer
yeah.
the question?
Yeah, I did.
Not so much.
Yes.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
That's something I have to work on, because sometimes I am very much so, this is what you did wrong. This is what you did wrong. Instead of, okay, this is where we need to go. Like, how do we fix this? What's our next step? So I definitely got to work on Derek. I do. You're not so, but we are next day type people. Like, we will have the biggest blowout and wake up in the morning, and it's like, all right, good morning. Like, no thoughts about it.
We were mad.
We was not mad. And that's just how we roll. Like, we don't hold tight to offenses, but during the day, yes, we definitely dealing with it.
Yeah.
What we deal with it.
Question, you ready?
You didn't tell me how to.
Oh, how to create this safe space?
Yeah.
I think the space has gotten safer throughout time.
So it's more time.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, that is not a negative on you. It just could be what I built up, the wall I built up. And you feel like, hey, you've shown me XYZ. Mm-hmm. I should have no wall.
Yeah. I definitely feel like that.
Yeah, I know you do.
I could die tomorrow. I don't want to be dead and not have experienced everything I wanted to experience because you hadn't told me.
I agree with that.
Okay, go ahead. Because I have things I want to do and experience. And I don't know where you are on those things. So we should discuss it again. Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I like this one.
All right.
How can you use I statements instead of you statements to take ownership of your thoughts and feelings?
I don't think I'm a you statement type person. I don't think I am.
You don't?
I don't.
You don't.
Okay.
I thought this was very us individually. I think we do this a lot. But the occasions, they don't have to be.
I don't think, and listen to me clearly because I am using I don't think that I intently try to put things off on you. I definitely take accountability for the words that I use, for the things that I do. Like, I'm always like, okay, well, I should have said this better, or I should have done this better, or I could have gone here, or I could have placed more value on this or that. Now, in this situation where I have actively discussed what I wanted from you, then yes, I do feel like you should take some responsibility for the things that I have already discussed with you.
And that's what we talk about, right?
All right.
So this has been an ongoing discussion with us, right?
Okay.
When you say, I need to take accountability, right? That's what you just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to take accountability, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've had the mishap. We've had the miss.
Mm-hmm.
We've had the miss, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you want is you want me to take accountability. What does that look like in the moment? Okay, we did not finish this report today. I was not present for it. And because I wasn't, that time has passed. And you want me to be accountable for missing it. What does that look like to you? For me, it looks like let's definitely set a time to do it tomorrow. Let's say this hour or whatever.
And it's my responsibility to do this.
It's not your responsibility, but you don't want to move on. You don't want to move on from it. You want to say, you didn't do it. You didn't do it. You had this here. You came up here. You done that. We didn't do it. You said last week. That's what we're
because I'm tired at this point. Let the people know we've been after this for quite some time now. We have been on this path for quite some time now. Mm-hmm. So people get tired. Like I can't continually physically work every day, come home, do all the things that I have to do. And also I continually make sure that everybody in the house is doing what they are supposed to do. Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't. I'm being very direct and very straightforward with you. Mm-hmm. Like, I need help. Like, I'm not asking you to cook, not clean, not, take up for after the kids, not do anything extra than what you do every day. I have not asked you to stop playing the game. I have not asked you to stop doing anything that you do. So I can't take on everything and still be responsible for making sure that you do everything that you need to do to make sure that
what do you want me to take away?
I don't want you to take away anything. I just want you to be responsible for the things that you say that you're going to be responsible for.
Right. But it sounds overwhelming. It sounds overwhelming.
It's not, what I do is not overwhelming. Okay. Like when I have to do anything extra outside of
reminding me is extra.
Reminding you,
yes,
over extra. And over and over and over again. Yes, it is. It can be consuming. Yes,
that's not grace.
Yes. What's grace? It's what grace? Reminding you over and over and over again. Yeah. Yes, that's absolutely grace, and I should give it to you consistently. You're right. I'm wrong. What's next? Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed because you have already said I've been in the bed at 7:00 every day this week. I've been.
Yeah, we'll be watching the game. Yeah, we'll be watching the game
at 7:00 every day because I've been tired. It's been a long week for me, and I just, I just want to lay down.
All right.
And you guys, make sure y'all check out my friend Relationship Gumbo podcast. He is on TikTok every night, giving y'all the goods. This shirt says "Better relationships need better ingredients," and what we're doing is getting these ingredients together because we want to make sure that we are providing real life content for everybody who is here. Like, this is us. This is our everyday life. Like, we are not sugarcoating anything. Mm-mm. We are not perfect. We are trying.
I'm not perfect.
We're not perfect.
I'm not.
Okay, well, I'll speak for myself then.
So you got.
I'm not perfect. I am trying to ensure that you guys get a glimpse of what relationships are like because they're not easy. They're not 100% hard, but they are work. And if you're not willing to put in the work, you're not willing to support each other.
Discipline.
You're not willing to constantly be there for one another. It can get out of hand. He's probably brother because they about the same.
Y'all really sick in the head.
It's real. You guys can do a delegation meeting so you can discuss who can do what and when and why each month. So you can break the assumptions and responsibilities. All right, Rick, we'll try that this month. This is a new month.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Let's go March.
Yeah.
Nikki.
They should have a meeting.
Nikki, let me tell you something. You did your little Bible stuff. And now you
one more Bible question.
Nikki did a little Bible question.
What did Caesar Augusta decree? Caesar Augusta. It was something about finances. Caesar Augusta had something to do with finances. Okay, who saw the handwriting on the wall? Ooh, I know this. Babylon?
You don't. You don't. You don't.
What boy learned about God from his mother and grandmother? Ooh.
You don't know none of this.
Eli. We're gonna do the first three questions. Timothy. Golly. Belshazzar. That's right. Yo, we are not Bible. But guess what? We learning with y'all, okay? It says that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. That is what Caesar Augusta decreed. So Caesar was the initiator of the census. If you want to know that,
My mama loved the census.
she do love the census. Caesar Augusta was the one who initiated.
I'm gonna tell her. I'm my mama so proud.
We about to be in the Bible, y'all. We about to learn about it. We're gonna do some Bible work tonight. Y'all.
Oh, I know what we're gonna add next week. Okay, thank y'all for tuning in. Next week, the topic is you'll never guess financial structure. Get out of my face. Bye, man.
Who's gonna teach it?
I am. Nikki, get out of my face. Nikki. Nikki. Next week, the topic is...
No, for real though. He has a mentoring group this Saturday, and he's going to learn some things, and he's going to bring that back.
Everybody think it's so funny, bro.
It's going to be a time. He's going to teach us about how to structure our finances and his children and my children. We're going to be millionaires. 2028.
Stop laughing.
Okay.
Laughing.
I'm sorry.
Next week, the topic is money matters, navigating financial differences in your relationship.
Ooh, I love that.
You love it.